There is a lot of useless advice out there that just doesn't work. However, this does. Get ahead of your opposition. It really does work, so give it a try by checking out the link in the description below.
The question, how can I write an outstanding cover letter? Answer by Jenna Jackson. I like to write my cover letters using this formula. First paragraph, state what position you're applying for, how you found out about it, and what you could bring to the table if you were hired for this job. Second paragraph, talk about your most recent work experience, what your responsibilities are/were in that role, and how it relates to the job you are applying for now. Give a specific example of how one of your previous accomplishments proves you are capable of doing this job well. 3RD/4TH paragraph, discuss your earlier work, highlighting key skills you have developed over the years. If you know how to use specific software programs, such as Adobe Photoshop or InDesign, mention that as well, especially if it is one of the preferred skills listed in the job posting. Fifth paragraph, briefly talk about any higher education you have received, including any degrees you may be currently working on now and how this education is refining your skills that are relevant to this job. Sixth paragraph, wrap up by saying that you are interested to learn more about the employer's needs and that you look forward to speaking with them soon. Let the employer know what modes of communication they can contact you by and what times/days you are most easily available to reach. X, I am available by email or phone during regular business hours. Thank them for their time and sign your name. Note, your entire cover letter should not take up more than one page single-spaced. This includes the heading at the top of the letter. This means you want to be as concise as possible and summarize your key points in as few effective words as you can. Whatever you didn't get to add in your cover letter, you can include in your resume attached behind it. Answer by Thea Hayden. You should focus on 3 main areas as part of your prep for writing a cover letter. Research the job role you are applying for, what is written in the JD, what is said about this specific job role on the company website, and what you know about the industry and function you are applying for. Research the company, learn the nuances of the company's culture, what types of employees they hire, what is the latest news about them in the press, what are their core products/services, etc. Spend some time reflecting on what makes you a great fit for the job as well as the company. Here are 3 steps to follow to create an outstanding cover letter. Cover letters outdated or relevant? Answer by Addie Larson. 1. Try not to regurgitate your resume. Rather than simply rehashing yourself, I was responsible for checking on receipt debate. Use your introductory letter to depict extra subtle elements that you couldn't crush onto the single page of your resume. By settling receipt question, I picked up a profound investigative information aim or C. Significantly, I figured out how to communicate serenely and carefully with irate clients. An introductory letter gives you the opportunity to utilize full sentences rather than visual quests, so utilize them to develop your resume focuses and recount the tale of why you're the ideal fit for the organization. 2. Think not what the company can do for you. A typical cover letter botch? Discussing how awesome the position would be for you and your resume. In all honesty, employing supervisors know about that. What they truly need to know is what you will convey to the position and friends. On that note. 3. Unmistakably show what you're capable of. Past clarifying what you've done before. Indicate employing supervisors what you can do later on. Consider creating a segment inside the letter that starts with, "This is what, particularly, I can convey in this part." And then clarify upon your qualities and a couple of the neat prerequisites for that part. 4. Feature your skills. When you know you can possibly carry out the activity, however your past experience doesn't thoroughly offer you as the ideal one for the position, hey, to go at concentrating on your aptitudes? Here's a format that encourages you to only that. 5. Not necessarily your education. Numerous new graduates commit the error of over-concentrating on their instructive foundations. By the day's end, what procuring chiefs think about most is your work involvement, and yes, that can be volunteer or temporary job understanding, as well, and what you can stroll through the entryway and convey on day 1. If you have more questions about our cover letters outdated, I recommend you to read this source.